right, guys. Today on Founders Go Naked, we got Theresa Pantanella. Correct me if I'm pronouncing that wrongly, but yeah, welcome Theresa to the show. And Theresa is a meta ads expert and also a lead gen expert. And not only that, she also sells courses on meta advertising. So she definitely knows the stuff. So welcome to the show today, Theresa.
Oh, thank you so much for having me. This is a real treat. I enjoyed talking about meta ads. It's kind of running in my veins. I love eat and breathe it. And it's fascinating to me how the changes are impacting people trying to run the ads now.
Yeah, so let's get into some of the changes. Let's get into the good stuff, Teresa. What
Okay.
what has changed in the past 2-3 years with meta ads?
They have gone to an entire system where anyone that's brand new or is tired of the process of figuring out what's working and what's not working can just push a button, and Facebook makes it look like they're going to take care of everything.
Mm,
And in some scenarios, it does work, but in other scenarios, it does not work. For example, they have a fantastic way of taking a simple product image or a course image, even if you have an image of yourself, of taking that image, changing the background on it, making it
mm,
unfold on the page or in the feed, making it spread out, having it grayscale. These are different techniques it does automatically, and it does increase response. So that box,
mm,
definitely check that box off when you're using meta ads.
mm,
Now, one of the things they are doing that isn't very kind is what they're calling advanced placements. Now, with the advanced,
I've seen that.
you've seen that. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And it's kind of cruel because Facebook, like way back in, oh my gosh, 2016, ran on
Hmm.
an ad space.
Yep.
So they contracted with all of these other cute softwares like games,
Hmm.
shows, and then
Hmm.
they show your ad to that audience. It's called a placement. It's
Hmm.
part of what they call their audience network.
Yeah, that was called Audience Network back then, right? And
Right.
we always unchecked it because now we're not showing it to the Audience Network because the leads were just terrible.
Oh, if they exist at all. Right.
Yeah.
Right. So that process definitely does not serve anyone to do advanced, that whole automatic placement thing. It doesn't serve anybody. So yes, there are things on there that make it easier. I
Mm,
really, really, really enjoyed using dynamic creative features
mm,
on the
mhm.
ads. I highly recommend people do that. Like how many of you have run ads, but you're like, oh, this let me try a different picture. Oh, let me try a different
Mm,
headline. Oh, well, with
mm,
dynamic creative, you don't have to do that. Dynamic creative, you
right.
give the graphics and the headlines to Facebook, and Facebook does a
Mhm.
fantastic job at sorting everything out. I spent 24 years in healthcare and then decided I wanted an online business instead
Mhm.
because I did not want to be location dependent. I started to learn videos, but it was pretty hard to learn it on my own, and I didn't really take any courses.
Mm.
I just did some YouTube stuff. And there was one gentleman that kind of guided me through a really old piece of software called Camtasia.
Oh yeah, I remember Camtasia. I think I still have it in on one of my computers here. Yeah.
And then I heard about these two guys near me in the West Palm Beach, Florida area, and they were really, really good at internet marketing. So I connected with them, and they had a 16-week mastermind. I signed up immediately
Wow.
thinking, oh, these are the guys I'm supposed to be listening to. It was a really, really good program. They had everything written out. They had screenshots, and I didn't know anybody, so I just followed the program and got really good at what it was teaching us lead generation, how to build the
Mm,
websites for lead generation, the SEO
mm,
behind the websites, no video production. But they also taught us sales
mm,
calls because we had to sell the
mm,
leads. And it was
mm.
all home-based services. I chose roofing. I still have some of those roofing customers,
Wow.
still doing lead gen for them. But what's fascinating is that 16-week mastermind, that's what got the traction for using the information.
Mm,
Yes. And it also tells,
fascinating.
yeah, so that's why I really like having programs, taking a course, having the follow-up involved.
Yeah.
Because when you've got that follow-up and that we met twice a week on the phone, and then
Yeah.
they invited me to stay for the next couple of masterminds to teach the women. So I had like one call every week with the women. And by the way, if you are teaching a course, it's the best way to really dig in and learn your own information
Yeah.
when you're teaching it.
True. And just like that example you said just now, right? Like just that Advantage Plus, and just maybe removing it and not using that, and using DCA, dynamic
Right,
creative ads,
right,
right? You can do it the right way with DCA's ads and the wrong way. And you don't know until you try it, and then you have someone look at it and like, oh, well, actually, you shouldn't have done this and that. Maybe you shouldn't have included that image that wasn't performing in the first place, right?
right, right,
Yeah,
right. I love testing out images, but more importantly, I love testing out the message. And that's where I see people make a
yeah,
lot of mistakes, is they don't take
yeah.
the time to really understand. There's three hidden challenges that I've
Mm,
discovered over the
mm,
years of not only running ads for people, but running my own ads. And it's something I saw way back in that SEO mastermind as well. It's
mm,
what are people actually thinking? Like when
mm,
with the SEO, we're looking at long tail keywords. Well, the long
mhm,
tail keywords are what people are asking when they're doing searches. It's what's in their
mhm,
head. They're either aware that they have
mhm,
a problem and they want a
mhm.
solution, or they think they might have a problem, but they're not really sure.
Yeah,
And then there's the whole opposite end of the spectrum. They're ready to buy. They want
yeah,
their solution to their problem now. So in that
yeah,
DCA, in the dynamic creative testing, that if you don't put the right stuff in there, it's a problem. You can't put
yeah.
in there a message that talks about someone who's not aware of their problem
Mhm,
and say, buy this now.
mhm,
But you could talk about, hey, if you have this symptom or that symptom, or if you're thinking about X, this could be for you. One of my mentors says the awareness part of your advertising should be 50% to 60%, because
mm,
people don't know they have a problem. A, B, if they do know they have a problem, if they need to consider you, and C, you've got to have more people that are aware that you even exist in
mm,
order to get your sales.
mm.
So having that
Right.
very, very broad focus in your advertising and marketing makes a huge difference for the sales.
Mm,
And I know when I run the lead generation ads for my clients, if I don't have an awareness component, the leads
mm.
don't do as well.
And correct me if I'm wrong, Teresa, but Facebook penalizes you if you use the same ad for too long, right? Even though it's super high performing.
Well, it's not that they penalize you, it's more of an ad fatigue issue.
Got it.
People get tired of looking at the same ad, and unless you're willing to scale vertically and add more money behind the ad, which allows Facebook to go find more people that might like the ad, that ad could die. And even if you are willing to scale vertically and you do, there might not be
Mhm.
enough people out there that have an interest in what you're selling,
Yeah.
especially in these tight niche markets. Like a local market, it's really, really, really hard to do that because
Mm.
your market's already a
Yeah.
finite
Yeah.
number.
That's right.
Yes.
Like a local market kind of thing, right? It's yeah, or looking for plumbing or something.
Right, right, right.
Yeah.
Lead gen
And how often
works, but that other stuff,
how often do you have to like refresh your ads, Teresa?
You know what? We refresh those ads minimum once every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Yes, yes,
That's a good rule of thumb, isn't it? Refreshing it every 2 weeks.
it really is. I highly recommend it. And one of the
Mm.
areas you can easily refresh is your graphics.
Mm. Yeah.
Yes, you can either shade them a different color, you
Mhm.
can take them in black and white. I love
Mhm.
the idea of changing out the actual headline on the graphic
Yeah.
and see if one works better than another.
Yeah.
One of the other things you can do that takes a little bit more time and effort, but AI is getting this nailed down where it does not take as much time anymore, is
Mhm.
30-second videos.
Mm.
There are different
Okay.
AI tools out there where you could create 30-second videos very quickly. A lot of these are called faceless videos. So
Mhm.
for your listeners, don't feel like you have to go out there with your camera, with your cell phone once a week
Mm.
and make a 30-second video.
Mm.
You can make faceless videos, and they do
Mm.
they do perform pretty well. One of the products in video is something that my team's playing with. They do great videos, but they don't always come with the best B-roll, the background video.
Right. Right.
So we
Okay.
do spend a lot of time changing that out.
Yeah. Yeah. But if people, yeah, want to do it themselves, I guess, like, yeah, there are software out there is software out there that basically you can just give it a script and it just generates the B-rolls for you, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Or an idea. You can give it an idea.
Hmm.
Yes.
Right.
30-second videos are the way to go
Hmm.
for quick boosts and an ad.
Hmm.
I use it a lot for awareness campaigns. And at
Hmm.
the bottom of the funnel, you want really, really short videos. You know,
Mm.
I've seen 10 and 15-second videos do really well at bottom of funnel.
So would you say on the top of funnel you need longer videos to educate them?
I would say in the middle of the funnel.
Right. Okay.
Yes. Yes. You could use, if you have a video that's running really, really good to your middle funnel audience,
Hmm.
yes, pull that to the top of funnel. But test it first with your middle audience. Don't waste your money
Right.
otherwise.
Yep.
Because
Yep.
those are the people that already know you and they're curious and they want to listen to
Hmm.
a longer video. If the
Mm.
people that know you and want more information aren't willing to listen to a longer video, don't put it at top of funnel where your cold audience is.
Mm. So what video do you recommend to warm up top of the audience people?
I like that question. So, Terrence, at top of funnel, when they're thinking about do they have this problem like the leaky gut, you want 30-second videos? Definitely. Nothing more than 2 minutes. Nothing longer than
Hmm.
2 minutes at top of funnel. And that type of
Right.
video shows the distress.
Mm.
It shows the pain points.
Right. All the symptoms.
Exactly. Exactly. Hope could be one aspect of emotion that you could use at top of
Hmm.
funnel.
Hmm.
Pain points do much better.
Yeah. Yeah. Like they say, right? If if someone tells you to get off your chair and go to the other chair because it's more comfortable, it's really hard to get them to move chairs. But if you light a fire under the chair, that person's gonna get up really, really quickly.
That's a strong visual of fire
Yeah.
under the chair.
Yeah.
And it would get somebody to move very quickly.
Right.
Yes, yes.
Uh,
Now, the third hidden challenge that I see people making, they don't know that some know this mistake is there. They don't know what to do about it. I call it a hidden challenge because people aren't aware that it's there usually. They're running the ads, things are going great, and then
mm,
nobody's buying. Well, we have traffic.
mm,
They're going to my website, but they're not buying. If you
mm,
think about, I call it the message throughway. If you think about,
mhm,
you gave them a message in the ad, and then you
mhm,
showed them the landing page, but the message was a little different.
mm,
It wasn't the exact same words. It didn't have the exact
mm,
same image on it or a similar image,
mhm,
different
mhm.
colors. So imagine you're
Yep.
sitting in a restaurant and you're looking at the menu and you are sold on that juicy hamburger
Mm,
with the
mm,
juices coming out of it and the cheese melting just over the top, and that nice fresh slice of tomato and crispy lettuce. And then you get the hamburger, it's served to you, and it's flat, it's overcooked, it's kind of half off the bun. The cheese is
yeah.
kind of thrown on there, but it's not yet melted. And the tomatoes off to the side with the lettuce. It looks like it's been there a while.
Yeah.
Total message disconnect.
Yep.
You're not as excited about eating that hamburger now, right?
Yeah. True. True.
Same thing with your ads. You've got that fantastic appetite whetted. You want to
Hmm.
make sure that when they get to your landing page, the exact same message is there. You can't tease them over here about being tired and then have them go to your landing page and go, oh, this product will change your life.
Right. It'll make your skin look better. Hello.
Exactly.
I was here because I'm tired, not because of my
Exactly.
skin.
Exactly. You'll start to have less bloating.
Right.
Well, I was worried about being sleepy and not having enough energy.
Yeah.
What exactly? Message disconnect. That
Yeah.
message throughway has to be smooth.
Mm, mm,
All the T's are crossed and the I's are dotted. make sure that you have a call to action above the fold. Pretty
Mhm.
standard, pretty basic. People have made tens of thousands of dollars off of that one piece of advice.
Yeah. So basic yet so important.
Exactly, exactly. I like the long landing pages where
Mm,
that call to action speaks to where that person's at in their mind on the page. If the
mm,
same call to action throughout the whole page, like sign up now, buy my
mm,
book, get the book.
mm,
Instead of saying things like, what's going on in their head? At that point on the
mm,
page, are they saying, yes, I need this? Are they saying, yes, I want the book? Are they saying, yes, sign me up now? I can't live
mm,
without this. This is what I've always been looking for. Get me in. That call to action, same thing throughout the page, that message throughway.
mm,
You start them off over here on the ad,
mm,
get them to the page, same message. Now, as they're reading down through the page and they're being more convinced to buy your course, buy your
mm,
book, what's going on in their head? Because they're going to go
mm,
through three issues, three questions in their head. Who are you? What do you have?
mm,
And what's in it for me? And that's what's
mm,
going through their head as they're reading that landing page,
mm,
answering those questions and listening to what's going on in their mind. Like once you answer that question, who are you?
mm,
How are they feeling? Are like, oh, I
mm,
like you. Oh, I want to work with
mm,
you.
mm,
I want to be in your course. I want to
mm,
learn more from you. As you answer the question, what do you have? Do they like it? If they like it, what are they thinking?
mm,
Yeah, I want to sign up now. And then, of course, what's in it for them? That's where your benefits are chatting to them.
mm,
And you can put benefits in your ads. And I've seen products use benefits at the top of funnel, works very well. For
mhm,
courses, yes, definitely put your benefits in there at top of funnel,
mm,
middle of funnel, bottom of funnel.
mhm.
But make sure those same benefits are reiterated on your landing page. Exact same language. And
Yeah.
you can rephrase it again later on in the page. I've seen these huge
Mm,
long landing pages where you have the benefits at the top of the page, just like what's in the ad, and then 2/3 of the way down, 3/4 of the way down, the benefits are repeated, but they're rephrased.
mm,
That's okay. But at
mm,
the top, make sure it says the same thing that's in the ad.
mm.
Message throughway. Make sure that hamburger shows up on the table just like it showed up on the menu.
Perfect.
Yeah.
That that is such a great tip. Thanks, Teresa.
Oh, my pleasure. My pleasure. That's one of the things I always look for when I'm working with a client is, did we hit
Yeah.
it all the way through? And I've learned, just like that chair, they don't like to move, get into another chair. They don't like to change their landing page either.
Yeah. It's always a sticking point, isn't it?
Right, right, right. And I know I work with clients on a consulting basis as well.
Mm,
Like how many of you feel like you started with something and it was going great and then it fizzled out? Yeah, yeah. So
mm,
if you don't have the brainstorming people or the right people around you to brainstorm, feel free to give me a call. I'm also going to share with you the report that I have on those mistakes that I see people making in the ads. That report dives a little bit deeper into the technical aspect,
mm.
also of reading
Okay.
your ads manager dashboard. So definitely want us to get that report. And then if you feel like you're kind of stumped, feel free to set up a call with me. Um, my goodness, I know I've seen people leave refreshed, inspired. They're ready to go back out there.
Yeah.
Yes, and they have that crystal clear vision of what's going to work, of what that message throughway could be, build their sales up, build their leads.
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes a big difference. And everybody deserves to have a better ROI. Everybody deserves to have more business. And sometimes you just need that one good idea that pushes you
Mm,
up the ladder, up to that next
mm.
step, and get you moving
I
in
agree.
that direction.
Like you say, sometimes it's just that one new big idea, and your ads just completely change, and your business takes off. Sometimes that's what it requires, and
Exactly.
sometimes, and if you have been trying it yourself for a long, long time, maybe it's time to enlist someone like you to help out, right? And we'll have
Right.
all that stuff in the show notes as well. But before I let you leave, Teresa, I do have more questions for you
Okay.
in terms of, I mean, you mentioned about common mistakes, right? So tell me, what are some of the common mistakes people now make on that you see on Meta ads, that when clients come to you and you're like going, everybody does the same thing over and over again. Why?
Yes.
So,
Yes. I had a gal, she took my course last fall. And the reason she took the course is she ran ads for leads, but none of the leads were buying from her.
so lead ads, right?
Right. Right. So
Yep.
she took my course. It's the Half Priced Ads Boot Camp.
Yep.
And then she joined the group coaching program afterwards.
Hmm.
In the group coaching program, we worked on the message, but more importantly, we worked on the image that she was using, the graphic she was using. Because what she did was she set up the ad to bring in people based on one message, but then she was selling something else. So we did get her ad costs down. Her leads went from $7 a lead, went down to a little over $3 a lead. But more importantly, they started to buy from her. She brought the people in she brought the leads in on a big, huge promise, big free course, and then she tried to sell them something else. Yeah, so with the
Right.
ad, yes, we changed the graphic, changed the message. No free courses, simple PDF, simple report went out, and then she was able to sell to them and reduce her ad costs. So the mistake there, that common mistake, I would say, was giving too much away. I have another gal in my group coaching program, and she's working with a client. Matter of fact, we just had this conversation yesterday. Again, they're giving away a course, 8 videos, something like over 4 hours of content.
Wow.
Yeah, and there's a theory behind sales, and it's the same theory that applies to leads and getting sales from the leads. That sales theory is when you get on a call with somebody, when you're selling something, if you teach them a lot, they are going to feel like they already know everything they need to know. Why do they need you?
Yeah.
And then, unfortunately, with leads, you don't have that face-to-face interaction to start with. So you are starting from a longer runway to build rapport with them. The best thing you can do with a lead is build that rapport first and then sell to them. Don't give them so much information that they're overwhelmed or they feel like they already know everything. There is a huge issue with the leads also, where people aren't, they don't even open up the product that they signed up for.
Yeah, I mean, 4 hours of video, that's like, yeah, very few people will probably go through that.
Exactly. And then to try to sell them afterwards something, they don't even know you. They don't even, yeah, the sale is going to be like 4 weeks after they signed up.
Yeah. Yeah. Or if they go through the videos, they're like, oh, I can do this myself. Don't need that person.
Exactly. So that's definitely a common mistake I'm seeing. I see being made is just giving away the farm. Well, there's 2 mistakes: giving away the farm. The second mistake is not selling the lead on the long-term program in the first place. Yes, that whole thing should match. Matter of fact, there's a gal that's coming out with a course on what is the right lead magnet, because you can have all kinds of lead magnets, but unless that lead magnet leads people to your course, there's no point in even getting the leads, because they're just going to sit on your email list, non-buyers.
Yeah, so true. So true. Yeah.
Now here's another wild mistake I see being made. Oh my gosh. Okay.
Right.
And you're very well versed, and I believe your audience knows better than to do this. Is to go right to that sales campaign, right to that sales conversion campaign, put a whole bunch of money behind it and go, yes, I'm going to make sales now.
Yeah.
Womp, 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 womp. Yeah, it doesn't.
Yeah. It's true.
You got to think like your buyer. If my buyer likes to consume video, you need video ads. Yes. If your buyer likes to just stay on Facebook, oh my gosh, just use Facebook's lead generation tool. It's gotten pretty darn good. I've tested it a lot. Yes, it does bring in a lower cost lead, and it keeps people on Facebook. If that's the way people want to consume information, go to where they're at. Don't
Mm,
just bust out the door with that sales ad and lay
mm,
down, a $500 a day ad
yeah.
thinking you're gonna make all this money.
Yep.
Doesn't work like that.
Yeah. Yep.
Another big mistake. Oh, well, I'll just put more money behind it.
Yeah.
Increase
Right.
the daily ad spend.
Without testing things out and knowing it's actually bringing a good ROI.
Exactly. Exactly. I just matter of fact, the gentleman I spoke about with the stickers, he he ran the ads for a year on his own, and he
Goodness.
decided to hire me and my team because he went through an entire month of increasing the budget, decreasing the budget, increasing the budget, decreasing the budget,
Oh gosh.
and nothing worked. He was like, "How come it worked before and it's not working now?" I spent 3 weeks really fine tuning, working with the team. This is working, that's
Mm-hmm.
working. Do this next, do that next. Cut that out, put this in, and a lot of
Mm,
it is things like the audience, like that
mm,
whole awareness topic that we talked about earlier. That we had no awareness campaigns going at all.
mm.
Yes,
Right. So straight to the cell.
straight to the sale,
Yeah.
go bottom of funnel.
Mm-hmm.
So there was nothing catching people who are going to the page, adding to the cart. There's nothing catching people that
Mm,
had viewed the website, gone to the Facebook page, checked them out. One of
mm,
the best things you could do, and I encourage the listeners to do this, is observe your behavior when you're online, when you're buying
mm,
something, when you're looking for something. What do you do?
mm.
Do you go to YouTube and do research? Do you go to the website? Do you look up their Amazon reviews? What do you do? And then are you
Yeah.
taking that into consideration with your advertising on what your buyer could be doing? Because if you have like a leaky gut, if they're going to
Mm-hmm.
YouTube for more information, why are you not advertising on YouTube?
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah. It could be like a huge 1-2 punch. Like
Yeah.
Gary Vee says, jab, 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 hook.
Yeah. Exactly.
Get your jabs going. Get your
Yeah.
jabs going. I call it planting seeds. You got to
Yeah.
plant the seeds in order for it to grow. And then you water the seed. Once you get their attention, you water the seed, middle of funnel, you're giving them information. You've got your longer videos.
Mm.
You've got more of your how-tos. Oh my gosh. Don't bother the unboxing videos. Those don't work anymore. Those worked a long time ago. Those don't work now. And testimonial videos work well in middle of funnel. So
Mm.
water the seed, plant the seed, water the
Mhm.
seed, and then pick the fruit. Then
Mm.
invite people to work with you and extend the invitation, extend the offer to work with
Mm.
you. So that scenario is true through and through and through.
Mm.
It's rare that people are like, "Oh, I've got a problem. I'm buying the solution. Done."
I mean, there are a few people that do that, but that's far and few between.
They're
And
rare. They're
it's
rare.
going to be
Yeah.
probably very unprofitable just to target those people.
Right.
Yeah.
That's that one sale you got on that ad. You're like, well, I got a sale. I have to keep running the ad. Right?
Yeah, and I think it's also like Ryan Dice likes to use the analogy, the dating analogy, right? Where you kind of like, it's kind of like most advertisers try to ask a woman like basically to marry them on the first date, right? And that's
Oh,
not what you want, right? Uh,
no.
no, you want to kind of like have coffee first and what have you, right?
Right.
So I think that's the same analogy.
Yes. Get to know them a little bit better. And that's where that
Yeah.
whole conversation comes in of, I love having videos where, like, for coaches, if
Mhm.
you're teaching,
Mm.
that they can get to know you, get to know
Mm.
your voice, get to know your language.
Yep.
Excerpts from a weekly podcast, excerpts from
Mm.
interviews do really, really well in the
Mm.
middle of funnel and the bottom of funnel. And if it does
Mhm.
really, really well in that middle funnel, then pull it to the top.
Mm.
Yes. If the people who know you and like you and are trying to get to know you like that video, that's when you give it to the cold audience, the people who don't know you at all. Don't just, yeah,
Yeah.
you can test all kinds of videos at top of funnel. It's much more fertile ground to test it in middle of funnel.
Yeah. Agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah, definitely do that. Absolutely. Oh
Uh,
my gosh. And I love, I love seeing the look on people's faces when they're like, oh my gosh, this works. I tried and they've got leads coming in. And like the gal that
mm,
took my course last fall, she was thrilled. The leads all changed
mhm,
and she got sales. That's my
mm.
favorite part, Terrence, is to see everybody be successful.
So Teresa, tell me, like, if people want your help to get more successful, what's the best way to find you, or how can they start learning from you?
Doctorads.com is where you would find my schedule link, doctorads.com. And then if you want to chat with me, but definitely find me on Facebook, it's Teresa, at Teresa,
Okay.
Theresa. And then there's another one at Dr. Teresa, at
Okay.
Dr. Theresa. I'm not on LinkedIn much. So
Okay.
yeah, I do have a presence there. Facebook and
Yeah.
yeah, Facebook is where you'd find me the most. If you want to work with me, drads.com, schedule an appointment.
Mhm. I think you mentioned that you might have a report that you can give to listeners as well.
Oh yes, absolutely, absolutely. And I'm happy to share that link with everybody. It's the three mistakes I see people make the most of the time, and it
Hmm.
goes into what they're looking at from a tech perspective of when they're
Hmm.
reading their Facebook Ads Manager. What are they looking at that's working that they should be looking at? A lot of people think it's the click-through rate.
Mm,
There's other more important things you could be looking at, like the
mm,
CPM rate. And
mm.
I do have
True.
a report on that, and happy to share
Okay.
that with your listeners. My contact information is
Fantastic.
on there as well.
Okay, and they can get that report from where? Sorry.
Well, let me pull the link up for you.
Okay.
This might take.
Oh, we'll just link it in the show notes. That's fine.
Okay, awesome,
Yeah, yeah.
awesome.
So make sure you guys check out Teresa because she's given so much value today. And if you're advertising on Facebook, I think you would probably wouldn't find anyone better to actually coach you and train you to make your ads really work for you. So
Thank-
Teresa, thank you for being here today.
Thanks for having me, and best of luck to everybody. We've got fantastic ways to get you leads. Go get the leads, get the sales, grow, live the life that you deserve.
Thank you.
My pleasure.